Well, I turned around, yeah, I turned around and came right back, because I was like, oh, I have tea place out there. Got it really dangerous. Well,
That's right. Well, that's what, boy was
was
trying
our car,
to remember. Place, actually, it's a place not too far from here, across the bay.
and then I went back later.
Bay.
Somebody
On the other side, on the west side.
there were
It
ambulances
is.
there.
I was real happy to rain off.
I mean, I thought after that.
The phenomenon is changing now, it's been problems.
I was thinking hotel 4 miles away, 30 minutes from the lane of driving, we're staying with the I'm really worried for my friends, because they did all this planning.
They can't get away.
When I got to the home, it had rained priesthood pool right before it. So, can you imagine being right in the right way?
Oh, yeah. Things are attracting people to that area.
Yeah.
The large advantage. A lot of people come out and tell how go someplace else. They would be trying to my daughter, one of my daughters.
So we're a little nervous.
lived
I bet you were.
in Irvine.
Are you going to turn it?
Dad's taking his,
Put your camera down, Pete Junior.
thank you. What stage you at?
Relaxation.
Channel 2.
Oh.
ABC.
Yeah,
ABC.
We're here. We'll remember that. Take everybody.
Except when they play your game.
I always like that when you talk to somebody.
They had a good year this year. Men's basketball team.
Say, well, such and such.
The camper, is that his name?
That's the truth.
It's just all unbelievable. Hi,
Hello, Geri, Grigsby.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
So are you here for sports?
Yeah, yeah.
We went driving along, kind of.
It's kind of waving down here.
I took it up down there.
I'm about to have one of these.
We went in, we just
When was
wanted
the
to
last
see it,
one
all
you
the
done?
little cabin,
Very
drive
nice.
around a little bit, so.
You guys think of everything.
Ended up, we got a ride out there,
That's where
came
all
back.
I guess the
Where
winter
did you
out
get to
there.
eat last night?
We went over to, they took
It
us
was,
Sun on.
Arizona delegation of steel everywhere.
So check what's on it. Oh, nothing to go see it. Waiters to sing.
We went to.
How's everything going?
Actually, we went to, I think they were really bad. And, honky tonk and back.
We all kind of left there at the same time.
Yeah, I didn't go into 3 gallons when I went on it. This guy said, "You girls sing." We gotta get Junior on. Junior's my brother, 5, and he was humming away. They wanna get Murphy Phelps, my daughter. Can we get Junior on? I guess so.
we went over there earlier.
Honestly, just visiting.
That's funny, I'm that hump guy.
Yeah, one of my. Brad, you started what, November?
What's that? Beginning of November.
Yep. Back there every year, his mother.
Where'd you get? I found my bag.
Been in school.
Yeah, that was so funny, we were sitting over there, the musician asked us where we were from, and this guy's sitting there.
Hi, Jack Brown.
Understand, you know,
Dirty day. Dirty day.
that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, back when he was.
We got talking, when I got the phone ring around.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Then he had gone up to Indiana somewhere.
I think we, after you left the site.
We're gonna send you a laser up there.
Talk about work.
We got it bad there. That'd be nice to do
Ingram? Nara? North? Yes, sir. Okay. Well, I need to train you.
Good, Floyd. Haven't seen you since yesterday. Said I haven't seen you since yesterday.
We go for years and then twice. Well, they didn't have
Got a red tie on.
Mr. Church, 4 stories high.
A couple of things I want to ask you about. Is it Bouch? Okay, and this is Paps. Is that the way you say that? Graham? Okay. This is Bouch. Balch. Like B-A-L-L. Balch. Okay. That's what I wanted to double check. Yeah. Okay. That's all I need to do, I guess. Thank you, sir.
Out there, they
Mostly the Norwegians kept them there.
I think it's that he's got a.
It's a good organization.
Anybody with those clients and
Well, I guess we're always not because
yeah, Ron's our school, man.
probably the last time I was
Jackie Robinson's high school, was that Muir? Is that the high school?
Oh, M-U-I-R?
Yeah.
Muir High School.
Muir.
Yeah. John Muir High School.
Okay, thank you.
You're not getting me in a lot of these.
They still can't find so many of them.
I don't represent the media, but just family videos, that's all.
This we get some play at the local cable. I see the love.
I'm talking at a different level.
You bet.
Now we need one.
How are you?
Congratulations.
Happy to
Hey,
meet you.
good to see you. I've got a, badge.
I need to do it. All right, very good.
Bingo. Well, don't be trying to explain it too precisely. You couldn't do that again, you know.
Kyle, we've got some people, things like it, they pronounce it blue.
Well, I tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed mine.
And then woman,
Bypass, and I said 6 I was asking, are you down here? Couldn't stand around till they get out.
Hello, Billy.
You're gonna get pretty good at this.
I am. I'm getting good. This is the only night people don't run from me.
You see that, they stop, huh?
Jack Brown of North Dakota. When it comes to the profession of officiating, Jack Our next inductee is Geri Grigsby of Kentucky. The state of Kentucky has a storied basketball history. Names like Cliff Hagan, Wes Unseld, Jeff Mullins, Darrell Griffith. However, no one, boy or girl, scored more points as a high school basketball player than Geri Grigsby at McDowell High School. And she accomplished this feat in 3 years because girls basketball did not become a sanctioned sport until Geri's sophomore season. Geri scored 1,079 points as a sophomore, 1,421 as a junior, and a whopping 1,885 as a senior, for a grand total of 4,385. Her career total remains the national record for 5-girl basketball. Geri played 95 games in those 3 years and averaged an amazing 46 points per contest. She had high games of 81 and 66 points. The 81-point mark is the 5th best nationally in history. Her name is found throughout the National High School Sports Record Book. Geri holds the national record for points scored in a season, and her junior year total ranks 3rd all time. Her senior year scoring average almost reached Wilt Chamberlain-like figures with a 49 6/10 mark. Geri was named Miss Basketball in Kentucky following her senior season after finishing 2nd in the balloting as a junior. She was a 3-time All-State performer. In addition to her prolific scoring totals, Geri averaged 7 rebounds, 8 assists, and shot about 50% from the floor and 75% from the free throw line. In the classroom, the performance level was just as high as Geri maintained a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Geri made the trek to Lexington for college and was an outstanding performer for the University of Kentucky women's basketball team. She continued her academic pursuits at Kentucky and earned her law degree from the institution in 1985. Among her honors, Geri was named Sportswoman of the Year in Kentucky in 1978, and in 1988, she was named to the first induction class of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association Hall of Fame. Although her competitive playing days are complete, Geri's competitive zeal has not waned. She's a champion biker and racquetball player and has been amateur racquetball champion in the state of Virginia. Geri currently is an attorney with the EEOC in Washington, D.C. In attendance with Geri tonight are her father and mother, Pete and Phyllis Grigsby, her brother Pete and his wife Donna, her high school coach Johnny Turner and his wife Linda, her sister Gay Majakey, and brother-in-law Dr. Lee Majakey, and their children Meredith, Lauren, and Aaron, and her uncle and aunt Robert and Betty Wellman. At this time, join me as we salute all time. Commissioner of the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. William Keene Jr., his grandson and granddaughter-in-law, Bessie Keene, his sister-in-law, his nephew, Henry Keene Jr., his extended family and friends, Dr. and Mrs. Malvin Moore, Robert and Barbara Morrell, Mrs. Walter Davis, and Dr. and Mrs. Ivan Davis, Dr. Anita Helen Johnson. Johnson again is Billy Wise. Our next inductee is W.D. Shorty. Our next inductee is Dallas Long of Arizona. Dallas Long was a man among boys in the track and field world as an athlete at Phoenix North High School in Arizona. As a senior in 1958, Dallas became the first high school athlete and only the fourth overall to put the 16-pound shot past 60 feet with an effort of 61 feet, 1 1/2 inches. Dallas was the Arizona state champion in the shot put 3 consecutive years. He set the national high school record in the 12-pound shot in 1958 with a toss of 69, 3 1/8, a mark that stood for 10 years. His remarkable year in 1958 earned Dallas the honor of Track and Field Athlete of the Year. He also played football at Phoenix North and was named to the All-Arizona team in 1958. His fame spread from Arizona to California and throughout the country as a collegian at the University of Southern California. Dallas won 3 consecutive NCAA shot put titles. In his freshman year, he tied the existing world record of 63-2. His success continued in 1960 when he set the national collegiate record of 64-6. And competing in the 1960 Olympics in Rome, Dallas earned a bronze medal for his country. Dallas's fame spread internationally in 1964 when he broke the world record 5 times, including a 67-foot 10-inch toss in a meet with the Soviet Union. He capped his brilliant year with a 66-8 toss and the gold medal at the Olympic Games in Tokyo. While at USC, Dallas won the Dean Cromwell Award twice, the Helms Athletic Foundation Award, and twice was named Southern California Track and Field Athlete of the Year. He also was named to the Arizona Hall of Fame in 1964. To say that Dallas has excelled in his professional life would be an understatement. He is both a dentist and medical doctor, having earned his degree in dentistry from Southern Cal in 1966 and his doctorate in medicine from Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis in 1972. Currently, Dallas is in practice in Newport Beach, California, in the field of emergency medicine. Here tonight with Dallas is his wife, Barbara. Please give a warm welcome to one of this country's great Dallas Long is Boy Coy, Executive Director of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. evolve? By computer? By fax? Or does it fall from the sky? No, friends, people. People. We're the ones who make it. You, and I. And what a perfect example right before us tonight. A mixture of great people who have helped carry our tradition to its greatest height. We have the great athletes who brought themselves and their sport such fame. Dallas Long, Geri Grigsby, and Jackie Robinson. Who could ever forget that name? How about these coaches that we honor here tonight? Ted and Vi and William, John and Red and Dwight. They've given years of service to motivate and inspire our youth. Our acclaim, the recognition we've given that's the proof. Officials who've done yeoman work for long periods of time. Jack Brown and Shorty Lawson, two of the brightest links in a long, long line. And then great tradition requires great leadership. Those willing to face the challenges a constantly changing society presents, blending past success with timely innovations, future considerations, and of course, a touch of common sense. Rare is the person who can successfully balance this demanding act. But Bryce and Bernie have excelled in this role for 30+ years, and that's a well-known fact. Because of folks like all these who have in various ways given so much, our Federation's great tradition has nurtured and grown, and thousands of young people have felt its caring touch. So let's keep it alive and growing, you and I. Let's work to make this great tradition even better. And we'll do it each in our own individual way, but we'll be meeting the future together. At this time, I'd like to call upon Bob Canopy, the National Federation to present the National Federation President's Award. Bob.
Before I do that, how about another round of applause for Mr. Kelly? We've enjoyed his Before this evening of honoring outstanding individuals for their achievements and contributions draws to a close, it is appropriate to recognize one additional individual for his contributions to the work of the National Federation and its member state associations, Douglas E. Chickering. As the 33rd President of the National Federation, Doug has presided over an extraordinary year of change and challenge. His leadership has been exemplary, and the impetus for strengthening the infrastructure of this organization. The relationships between and among the Executive Committee, the National Council, our member state associations, and the National Federation staff have been enhanced by such actions as increasing the number of Executive Committee meetings per year from 2 to 4, recommending that ad hoc committees appointed to address concerns of the Executive Committee include representatives other than Executive Committee members, overseeing passage of the amendment that increased Executive Committee terms from 3 years to 4 years, directing that the minutes of all committee meetings be distributed to the entire membership of this organization, implementing procedures to ensure female and minority representation on the executive committee, and formulating the guidelines to ensure the equity of all National Federation committees, encouraging and supporting the changes in the format of the annual meeting to increase the involvement of all attendees and effectively address timely issues, actualizing the authority of the executive committee by its direct participation in the review and the restructuring of the target program, selection of new insurance programs, both for the National Federation and assisting its member state associations, supporting new National Federation budget development and reporting procedures, reviewing National Federation personnel agreements and evaluations and revision of the National Federation handbook. As President, Doug also actively and enthusiastically supported the establishment of a standing equity committee and the reestablishment of the Mutual Legal Aid Pact. Throughout the year, Doug has been totally responsive to the needs of the National Federation staff, and most particularly to me personally over the last 2.5 months. Many of us certainly have taken advantage of his accessibility, calling upon Doug on numerous occasions and counting on his common sense, his strength, his integrity to assist and aid us. Doug never failed any of us. Doug has never failed any of our member state associations. With a great deal of pride, I ask you to acknowledge his contributions as president of this federation. Douglas E. Chickley.
Thank you very much. It's been an interesting, fulfilling year, and I know that we can look forward to a bright future. Thank you.
A couple of quick announcements. Tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. in Davidson C, there will be a special orientation session for new executive committee and state association staff members, 10:30 in Davidson C. There will be a reception immediately following
Scholastic activities and athletics. On that score, we acknowledge all of you in our audience, for the effort you devote to fulfilling your responsibilities, efforts that will produce future Hall of Famers, efforts that we ask you to continue to keep first and foremost in your hearts. God bless us always in this task. God bless us always in this grand work that we do. Thank you.
All right, as we were mentioning, we would request that the audience give their attention to the Hall of Fame inductees as they depart the room, and we invite them to do that at this time.